Welcome into Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. My name is Madeline Burke, alongside the Super Bowl champ Sean O'Hara. The Giants went out to Chicago and fell to the Bears. 24-20 is the final score. And, you know, maybe, hey, you walked away, changed the channel with a couple minutes left in the game and thought, how did that happen? The Giants were up by 10, Sean, 20-10, with 4 minutes left in the game and couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I'm sick to my stomach. I got a bucket over here in case I chum in the middle of this. I'm still trying to wrap my head around another gut-wrenching loss on the road when they had the lead. Like you said, you're up 10 points. All you need is a defensive stop, and you get a couple of first downs on offense, and that's it. You know, you wrap this baby up, and you go celebrate. But the Giants on offense, when Jackson Dart went down, and it was the only turnover of the game, the only fumble. But once Jackson Dart left the game, it was like the offense, you know, they started running the football well when Russell Wilson came off the bench, but then they had no answer. They could not throw the ball down the field. And there, even at the end, when you had a possession to try to go down and try to go get the win, not one single pass down the field. We had a drop by Wan'Dale Robinson. So it's just poor football at the worst point in time offensively. And it's gut-wrenching to see a team that has a chance to win a game. They're on the road. They got control of it. And you've got to give this Giants offense credit. Like, they did a good job protecting Jackson Dart early in the game, and then maximizing using his legs. We all hope that he's okay. Obviously, he's in the concussion protocol.
Right, you mentioned the concussion. Yeah, Jackson Dart left the game in the fourth quarter, was evaluated for a concussion, did not return. Russell Wilson steps in at quarterback. But before Dart did leave, he did score 2 rushing touchdowns himself. He leads, that's the most rushing touchdowns by a rookie quarterback in franchise history and counting. And we're only a few weeks into the season. He's only played, this is his 7th game. We're unsure exactly the severity. Again, the medical staff will continue to evaluate Dart, but he did not return to this game. Russell Wilson stepped in under center at quarterback. An interesting thing, though, you pointed out how the run game got going in the second half. The first half, the Giants only had 23 rushing yards, weren't able to get things going that way. They got things going in the passing game. The second half, 146 yards on the ground, getting that run game going. What changed there?
Yeah, listen, in the first half, Jackson Dart was the running game. He was the leading rusher, and then obviously in the second half, it seemed like they started going with a little bit more quarterback under center, certainly when Russell came in there. But Tyrone Tracy really started to hit the ball, you know, downhill, and he started hitting the holes. Devin Singletary obviously had his big explosive play on that third down catch where he broke the tackle, got a block from Theo Johnson of the sideline. But it definitely felt like they were taking control of the line of scrimmage, and they were doing a much better job in the second half up front of getting a surge, getting that push that they didn't have in the first quarter. So, look, offensively, the one thing that has really kind of plagued this Giants offense the entire season has been the red zone efficiency. 1 for 4 again today on the road. They also went for it on 4th down, did not get it. They did not take the points early on, and then later on, they did kick the field goal. So it was just, it was not good situational football in the red zone. And the 4th down situations, again, if your coach says we're going to go for it, you have to get it on 1st down. Jackson Dart went for it on that one, 4th and 1. Threw a nice ball to Daniel Bellinger, and he could not secure the catch. So those situations ended up costing the Giants this victory.
Absolutely. And the Giants fall in a heartbreaker, 24-20. For more on this game, though, let's send it out to Chicago. The snowy, cold Chicago, where Paul Dottino and Howard Cross have more. Guys, what'd you see?
Well, you know, Howard, when we're talking about this defense, we saw everything go pretty well till about 6 minutes left in the game. The Giants had a 20-10 lead, and up to that point, the Bears were 2 of 10 on 3rd downs and 1 for 4 on 4th downs. And then somehow they were able to make plays in the clutch in a little bit of a crazy kind of day weather-wise.
Yeah, crazy day weather-wise, but the story of the day, even though the defense was having a hard time, was Caleb Williams, man. Caleb Williams was finding ways to like avoid sacks. They had him shut down and hemmed up so many times in the game. Could not get him down. And later on in the game, in the last 6 minutes, that started to hurt him. It wasn't that he was looking for the pass down the field. He started to run the ball. If you don't get him down, big plays happen.
Almost seemed like he was covered in Vaseline, didn't it?
It looked like it pretty much. I mean, a couple of times they had him wrapped up and he spun out. Impossible. It was incredible to watch.
Now, the other interesting number, again, during the same time period of this game, the Giants had only given up 3 offensive plays of 20 yards or more. Odunze had a 27-yard catch. That was it. And then once again, some critical big plays at the end burned the Giants.
Again, cannot get the quarterback to the ground. He's been able to get around and get out of plays over and over again, and that gives them time to get the ball down the field. I'm sorry it happened that way, but you got to find a way to get a guy like Caleb Williams to the ground.
Real quickly, Howard, how did the weather affect this game, if at all? It was off and on throughout.
You could tell when they were going away from us, or like to the left, if you were watching on TV, the ball was really flying because the wind was at the back. There was a lot of overthrows. When it was coming the opposite way, there were underthrows. They wouldn't even attempt kicks against the wind today.
All right, Howard, I think we're going to try to get warm when we get back to New York. You guys, you're already warm.
It's still a little chilly in the studio here too, but not quite as cold as it is out there on that field, and definitely not as windy as that Windy City. Dots and Cross, thanks so much for the insight. They mentioned how slippery Caleb Williams was, hard to bring down. We did see two players, both Dexter Lawrence and Abdul Carter, get solo sacks on Williams, both brought back due to penalties in the defensive backfield as well. But Sean, another element that this defense really did strive in today is third down. Chicago just 3 of 11 on third down.
Yeah, that was a huge part of this game, getting off the field on third down. Defensively, they did a good job with that. Coming into this game, the whole narrative was going to be, can the Giants defense stop this Bears rushing offense? Second best rushing offense in the NFL, and they did that. And that's why they got off the field on third down, where they were able to stop the run and force them into long third downs. Now, getting pressure on the quarterback, that's always paramount. You're always trying to do that. They could not take Caleb Williams to the ground. Brian Burns had a chance at a sack, and rarely do we see Burns not finish the sack when he gets to the quarterback. And then we also saw Flanagan Foles get in there, Kayvon Thibodeau. There were a number of times they had a chance to bring Caleb Williams down, and he just found a way to get out of their grasp. So when they could have had those sacks and could have found other ways to get off the field, they could not do it. And in the end, obviously that big rushing touchdown by Caleb Williams ended up being the dagger in the heart. But look, this defense going into that fourth quarter, to have held this Bears defense or offense to 10 points, that's huge, considering they had given up 105 points combined in the last 3 games. I thought this Giants defense played great right up until those last 2 drives. And look, that's the name of the game. Like, right. NFL games are won and lost with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And until this team figures out how to make those plays at the end of the game, we're going to keep having these cold post-game shows.
Right, and it's challenging, too, when you see the defense, you know, defense's words they don't want to hear on the sideline is punt team, get ready, right? If the offense can't keep them off the field for a little bit of time, it doesn't quite balance out. Caleb Williams, as you mentioned, runs in the 17-yard touchdown to clinch it. 24-20 is the final. We've got continuing coverage here on the Giants post-game show, but guests of our post-game show receive a gift certificate to Ben and Jack's, located on 44th Street in Manhattan. From the celebrated porterhouse to finer seafood, Ben and Jack's will surpass your expectations of what a steakhouse should be. We've got head coach Brian Daboll coming up on the show. Stay with us here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better.
Look closely. You'll see the great outdoors and an SUV fully equipped to conquer it. A 4x4 designed to handle muddy trails and steep hills. Load up the gear and load up on adventure. The Ford Bronco SUV. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Right now, competitive owners can lease a Ford Bronco for $289 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford stores.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift, because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk, unlock opportunity.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
You gotta know when to hold 'em.
Pull 'em already.
Know when to fold 'em.
Know when to walk away.
Travel. Know when to run. Run, run, run! He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
And now, your NFL Airmen, led by Peyton Manning. Omaha! They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer! Whoa! Touchdown!
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible.
Right?
What?
Leaving the military is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. The main point of my job is to let veterans know that someone's there for them.
Coming out of the Marine Corps, didn't really have a general direction of what I wanted to do. I received an email from Northwell, specifically the Military Liaison Services Department. They kind of just took me under their wing. Organizations like the New York Rangers and Northwell having my back is just reassurance that my life after service is going to be a success.
Let's go! Erupting the crowd. Bang! He got a play from Brunson. Out in front, score! Archemi Panarin! That is a heck of a save. Oh, what a hit! Score!
Time now for today's scoring drive of the game, brought to you by Citizens. For the drive of the game, we bring you to the third quarter. 6 plays, 56 yards, took 2 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock, capped by a 24-yard touchdown run for the Giants quarterback, Jackson Dart. As a reminder, for every scoring drive this season, Citizens, the official bank of the New York Giants, will donate $750 to the Giants Foundation to support their work in the community. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and the Super Bowl champ Sean O'Hara recapping the Giants' 24-20 loss to the Chicago Bears. Sean, Jackson Dart becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to have a rushing touchdown in 5 straight games, breaking a tie with Cam Newton, who did it his rookie year in 2011. Another incredible performance by the rookie. We saw him leaving in the fourth quarter with a concussion, but what he's able to do with his legs is an asset for this team.
Yeah, he's a talented kid, and he's a threat, no doubt. He's an offensive weapon with his legs. Though that touchdown run that you're talking about, the 24-yarder, he was untouched. It was a quarterback design run to the left, and he got some great blocking up front, did a great job setting up some of those blocks. But as talented as Jackson Dart is, the concussion came on another quarterback run. And so that's always one of the, it's the caveat. You've got a quarterback that can run, and he likes taking chances. He likes being aggressive. But yet this is the one fear that everybody has had about Jackson Dart and his play style. And you hate to see a quarterback go into the medical tent. You hate to see him in this concussion protocol like this. And then at the end of the game, when they needed him most and they needed that magic, he was unavailable. So that's one of the things that he's going to have to figure out. Like, how do I try to limit all of the physical contact, so I'm not in this situation, but still provide those explosive plays. Look, the run game early on in this game was not working very well, so Jackson Dart stepped up in that capacity, but they need him back.
Absolutely, and we'll continue to monitor his health as the week progresses. But for more on this game, let's send it out to Chicago. Head coach Brian Daboll is stepping to the podium to address the media after the 24-20 loss to the Bears.
Okay, another tough one. So with Dart, as he was going back out on the field, just didn't seem right. So called the trainers over and said, let's get him out and make sure he gets looked at. So he went in and got looked at and ended up being evaluated for a concussion. 10-point lead there in the fourth quarter. And give them credit. They made a lot of plays. Quarterback made a lot of plays, a lot of loose plays, scramble plays, and just didn't get the job done.
Right. After that, the penalty,
yeah,
they moved it to the half-yard line, I guess. You were at 4th and goal at the half. Did you think maybe, okay, we'll go for here?
Yeah, I thought about it. I thought. Take the points, get a 10-point lead in the fourth. I thought our defense was playing good.
Brian, we've talked to you a lot about the number of hits that Jackson takes with the running, not getting down, things like that. Is this one where you feel like it caught up to him? This is the 4th time he's been checked for a concussion. He was sore getting up a week ago.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but unfortunately got hurt.
Right. What is happening with your defense? I mean, it just seems like there's too many of these late.
Yeah, they made some good plays there at the end, Caleb. I thought, we had them a number of times where we didn't get him down in the extended plays, which we knew he would. He did it in the Raiders game. He's done it in plenty of games. did it the series before. He booted out on the last series and went down and scored. It's tough way to lose.
Was Jackson checked immediately after the play that he fumbled? Because it looked like he hit his head and was...
Yeah, no, I mean, no. No, he wasn't. So if they would have called him down, but when he was going in there, somebody said something like, what? Like, don't put him in. So
just to clarify, you...
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Coaches on the sideline, but... yeah, just took him out.
During those 2 plays you're talking about? Like when he was back out playing?
Yeah, I don't know when it was, Pat. It was in between a series, so didn't think it was good to go back out there. Well, I said make sure you go get checked by the doctors and brought the trainers over. Is what I did.
You say unfortunate. Like a lot of people would say, well, if you keep getting your quarterback hit, like the likelihood that something happens like this, like obviously it's the 4th time he has been checked, will happen. What do you say to that idea?
Yeah, I just say it's unfortunate he got hurt.
Brian, I mean, is this sustainable, the way that he's playing? I know you don't want to dampen his competitiveness and you love his fire and all that stuff, but, I mean, he's not 250 pounds, and the hits that he's taken, they've clearly taken a toll to the point where now he's got a concussion and is going to miss time.
Yeah. Look, I'm not sure exactly the play that had happened, Connor, so no, I'm concerned for the kid.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know the exact play that it happened for him relative to getting hurt or not getting hurt, but I don't know the play. I don't know the play. I don't know when it was. I mean, I just know that when he was going back out there, we were sitting around the huddle. I saw him. I got Ronnie over there to check him out.
Brian, will Russell start next week if Jackson can?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, right now we just had a tough one here, Connor. We'll take a look at everything.
Brian, just to be clear, he went back out for the next drive for 2 plays. Are you saying you saw it at the quarter break?
Pat, I don't know when I saw it. I just saw it when we were huddled up there. The coaches were talking, and never put a guy out there that we thought was hurt.
Brian, why do you think this team can't finish in close games? And what do you see happening late in these games that you guys can sort of get it back?
Yeah, I mean, there was a number of things today. So there was, all 3 phases. Just didn't get the job done, Jordan.
When you feel like you have the answer to get this turnaround?
Yeah, but it hasn't been. So, it's another tough loss.
Why do you feel that way? Why do you so believe that?
Well, I believe in the guys we have, people in the room, coaches and players. But we lost another tough one, Connor. So, we got to start doing it.
As some of these bad collapses late have happened, what have you tried to do to stop them from happening again? So in other words, when you look at them, like let's say Dallas, Denver, when you see a game like this starting to spiral, what have you talked to the team about to try to prevent it from happening again?
Yeah, we'll have a next play mentality. I thought Shane tried to mix it in, a number of times these last couple drives. Play zone, pressure, play man. The 2 plays that Caleb got out were man. There was a number of plays. We had to punt. That gave him the short field. There was a number of plays. It wasn't just one thing, which it usually is.
Brian, are you worried about your job at 2-8?
Yeah, I'm just focused on, these guys in the locker room.
You kicked the short field goal. You didn't kick some longer field goals. Was that a conditions issue, a wind issue, a coup issue? What was
No, the one to Belly, I thought we had a good play. I thought Kafka had a good play. Had a number of 4th down and 1 plays. The first one, Byard came down. We had a little pick play for Wandell and just didn't hit that one. Felt kind of a hard play action to Belly, which was close there. In the end zone, we hit the 4th and 1 to Motor where he made a great play. I'm not sure he would have had it, but ended up making a great play for it. Had to keep 2, so we went for it, 4 times. Hit 2 and didn't hit the other.
You've been in the locker room after these types of losses a lot. What's your message after the latest one? How do you keep getting through these guys, I guess, if the results don't change?
Yeah, you just got to, they're tough losses, Dan. They really are. Everybody puts so much into it. The coaches put so much into it. The players, and it's painful when you have these endings. You stick together, and that's what you have to do. But it's not as easier said than done. Those are tough, man. You put everything you got into it each week. Whether it's game planning, practices, let the guys compete as their tails off out here for, the whole game. And then to come up short, it's tough. It's tough.
So you're worried about the guys in the line. What do you even say to them after,
Just that.
4 straight losses, right?
Yeah, just that, yeah. Stick together. That's what you have to do. But again, there's a number of plays, a number of things that could have happened that usually don't happen when you lose the game or happen when you win the game. And the guys battled, but just didn't get the job done.
How do you think Jackson was playing before?
It's been good. Yeah.
Dave, you guys have talked all about, the players have talked about the emotional lift Jackson has given them. What was that like to see him have to leave? Obviously, he was in the 10, but then to see that long walk as you guys are trying to drive down the field, do you feel like this team recovered emotionally from having to see him leave?
Yeah, you're really in the moment, Art. We, you got to get ready to play, and Russ had to go in there and, have confidence in Russ. But never want to see any of you guys go down.
Okay.
All good? Thanks, guys.
That sound from head coach Brian Daboll is brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants, ending his presser saying, you know what, you never want to see any of your guys go down. Of course, Jackson Dart leaving the game in the fourth quarter with a concussion. Giants will continue to monitor his health this week as he leads into next week's home game against the Packers. But, Sean, we were talking about this earlier, too. One of the interesting elements is late in the game, Russell Wilson took a sack that was pretty significant. It was the exact same play that the Bears defense came at Jackson Dart with earlier in the game.
Yeah, it was a blitz off the right side, and look, to give the Bears credit, they had a great defensive scheme up front. They had linebackers inside that were dropping out, and they brought a pressure on the outside. They didn't put the fire out when Jackson Dart was in there, and then Russ comes in. They get the same exact blitz from the Bears, and they have no answer for it. Now, the right tackle should ultimately slide out to the right and pick up that defender, but it looked like both quarterbacks were expected to be picked up in that situation. So, look, those are details. But, again, it's another tough loss here, and Coach Brian Daboll is – when you lose a football game, everything comes into question. All your decisions, going for it on fourth down, not going for it, taking the points or not taking the points, every single thing. But everybody's going to ask him about Jackson Dart, and you're going to keep playing him, and you're going to keep running the football. You're trying to win football games, all right? So, you can't put bubble wrap on a player and say, we're going to try to protect this guy and still win football games. So, look, they're trying to do everything they can. It has been an injury-plagued season. I feel like every single week, it's Malik Neighbors, it's Scadaboo, now it's Dart. It's frustrating. It's the NFL. It's tough. But, look, you're sitting here at 2-8. I mean, this is tough. This is tough times right now. You hope that they stay together. But when you're up 10 points, right, you've got the game in your grasp. You've got control of it. That's when you got to step your foot on their throat, all right? You got to have that killer instinct. You got to finish games. They have not found a way to finish games, and it's been something that's been plaguing them all season long.
Absolutely, as the Giants fall to the Bears 24-20 on the road in Chicago after having a 10-point lead with 4 minutes left to play. We've got more to come on the show, but first, Giants fans, it's Moody's. Decode risk, unlock opportunity. Learn more at moodys.com. We've got more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. We're recapping this one from the Windy City.
Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Right now, lease a Ford F-150 for $349 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford stores.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and Scan to tackle kids' cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $750 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage vehicles.
Do you love to make things work? You'll thrive at Vaughn College. Vaughn is the place to get a future-proof education in engineering, technology, management, and aviation, all at a college that's been ranked #1 in upward mobility nationwide. At Vaughn, you can learn how to make just about anything work, including your future. Vaughn College, baby. Let's go.
So let's live out our dreams and create memories. Right here in paradise, just you and me. If today's all we got, then baby, why not? Come on, let's go. Let me take you on a holiday. A romantic getaway. You and I can go and play. A holiday.
About your play down the 41-yard catch there with Russ.
Yeah, you know, Russ gave me a chance, and I was able to make a play, break a tackle, and make a play. Theo was a big lead block right there, and it was a spark that we needed.
Were you surprised you guys kicked the field goal from the 1-yard line?
Nah, I mean, take points. Take points.
Any conversation as far as on the sideline or from coach about going for the touchdown there after that penalty on that field goal?
Maybe a little bit, but you know, we decided to take the points.
Devin, are you surprised to be in this situation again? I mean, it was only three weeks ago. You guys, you know, had that loss in Denver. Feels like we're asking the same questions. You guys have to give the same answers. Is it frustrating to be in the same spot?
It is, man. You know, we go out there, we work so hard, we lay it on the line, and you know, we just didn't get the result that we wanted.
So what has to change?
I mean, we just gotta evaluate that. You know, see the plays that we didn't make, and move forward and make those plays moving forward.
You've been around Daboll a long time. Does this team still have confidence in him?
I would say so. I would say we do.
Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and the Super Bowl champ Sean O'Hara recapping the 24-20 loss to the Bears in Chicago. That was Giants running back Devin Singletary. Sean, we talked about this earlier in the show. The Giants got the run game going a little bit more in that second half. As an offensive lineman, you talk a little bit about how the difference between the run and the pass game is being the hammer or being the nail.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You want to be the hammer, and in the run game, you get to be a little more aggressive. Giants had 169 yards rushing, thanks to 66 yards by Jackson Dart. But Tracy got going in the second half, and he ended up with 71 yards rushing and 5 yards per carry. So, you know, look, when you're playing the Chicago Bears, right, everybody always talks about the monsters of the Midway. We got our own monsters of the Midway. So let's go over here and let's take a look at some of these big boys, as we call them. And you know what? Just for the big boys, I'm just going to give a little kick slide over here to our little storyteller right here. Look at these beautiful boys in blue, all right? Austin Schlottman doing a great job filling in at center for John Michael Schmitz, who's actually from Chicago, so no homecoming game for him. Jermaine Illuminor back in the lineup. But let's focus on Andrew Thomas. All right, Big AT is doing a phenomenal job this season, and there's no drama whatsoever, no question as to why this offensive line has played better since he got back in the lineup. He's their best player. Look at this. On the season, 0 sacks allowed. That's impressive at left tackle. You're always getting their best pass rushers. All right, just 1 quarterback hit allowed this season. These are all stats coming into this game against Chicago. And then look at this. Just 7 hurries allowed on the season. And the pressure rate of 1.2%. Look at this. Madeline. He leads all offensive tackles in the NFL at pressure rates allowed this season. He's one of the best in the game right now, playing elite at an elite level. And Andrew Thomas, not only in the pass protection right here, we talked about the run game to start this off with. How about on the first touchdown run on Jackson Dart? They go on balanced right, bring Andrew Thomas over to the right side, and he ends up leading the Elephant Parade into the end zone. So good job, AT.
Absolutely. Good job, AT, shoring up the right side. Chris Manhertz taking over the blind side on that play. They got in the end zone, and a great play right there as well. But, you know, you talk a little bit about this offensive line. You pointed out Austin Schlottman getting the start at center with John Michael Schmitz out today. As a center yourself, what'd you see?
Yeah, anytime a backup center comes in there and fills in, you want to make sure the quarterback-center exchange is clean. All right, obviously there was flurries, there was wind, there was some precipitation there, so you have the wet ball drill you got to deal with. So the ball was not on the ground. Great job there, and they're using the silent count on the road. So I thought Schlottman did a great job there. All the communication, everybody looked like they were on the same page. No major flare-ups with that capacity, but I thought he did a good job passing off some of the twists inside that they were seeing from that Bears front.
Things you like to see with the next man up on the offensive line. Sean, great stuff from the telestrator over there. We've got more to come here on the show, though. I want to remind you all to download the all-new Giants app. Head to the App Store for breaking news, exclusive videos. It's updated with a brand new layout, plus feed and the Pocket Game Day free. Got more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack.
You get power. Your attention, please. I steal the show. And now you know I'm gonna keep on dancing, so you can keep on glancing. It ain't my fault that I was made this way. I see you looking at me.
Really?
Let's go. Watch me now. Attention now. Let's go. Watch me now. Attention now. Let's go. Attention.
Let's start paying attention to breasts when it matters the most. Early detection for breast cancer is a game changer, and why I'm able to be here today. So let's get more women screened than ever before. Go to yourattentionplease.com and take the first step.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Any further thoughts?
I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition?
What kids?
How early is early retirement? How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
We created a cocktail that requires 7 unique ingredients. The most important one, 1800 tequila. The world's most awarded tequila, proudly poured at the world's best bar.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team. And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble? That's a Hail Mayo.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus $750 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage vehicles.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it. It needs to be bigger, right? 100% of donations.
Get that last stop. You guys just couldn't get that last stop.
I don't know. I feel like they made some good adjustments. They were testing a lot of our rules, in coverage, and I really feel like we bailed them out on a lot of our penalties. So,
Brian, you guys.
Self-inflicted.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you weren't done. You were crushed in Denver 3 weeks ago. Can you believe you're in a very similar spot here a couple weeks later? And how do you stop being in this spot?
I don't know, man. I wish I had the answer, but it's like the fourth game we done, beat ourselves in the fourth quarter, putting together three great quarters and then coming and not finishing. I don't know. That's a tough question to answer.
When you look at that, obviously you're looking within yourselves. Do you ever wonder? I mean, obviously the coaches are trying to send you a message, right? I don't know what Dave said afterwards. Obviously, it was a pretty crushing loss, but is it difficult to maintain your confidence in the coaching? Not that you're trying to blame somebody because you guys are making on the field, making plays, but I mean, they're certainly in question right now, Dave's and the staff.
I ain't really focused on, anything relating to the future. I'm really just focused on trying to get a win, trying to finish out these damn games. That's the only thing that really matters right now because we playing good ball, just not finishing, and that's the tough part.
Brian, do you feel like when the fourth quarter comes, you guys are pressing?
That sound from Giants edge rusher Brian Burns, brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Giants. John, we heard him talking about, hey, you know what? I'm tired of seeing us beat ourselves. We've got to finish. He's such a leader, not only in this locker room, but on the field. Watching him play, he's having a defensive player of the year type season.
This is the difference right here between good and great. That's the difference, all right? It's not a lot.
No.
That's it.
The enemy of excellent is very good. And I don't know about you, but I think this man's been playing excellent. We see 11 sacks on the season, leading the NFL right now. This is only his second double-digit sack season of his career. His career high is 12.5. And we're only a few weeks in the season. You're halfway through the season.
Leading the NFL in sacks coming into this game. He should have had another sack. He had a nice spin move inside on the right tackle, Darnell Wright. Could not bring Caleb Williams down. So that should be at 12 sacks, but he couldn't finish like we just talked about.
Yeah. Second best in the league in TFL as well.
Coming into the game, 14 tackles for loss. He added another one today. And listen, when you look at both of these stats right here, the 11 sacks and the tackles for loss, what that tells me is he's playing on your side of the line of scrimmage, right? These plays happen on the offensive side of the line of scrimmage. So he's penetrating. He's doing a great job with those go-go gadget arms. And he's throwing the little spider webs out there on those running backs and quarterbacks.
Yeah, he gets sticky on it. 2 forced fumbles and 15 quarterback hits as well. Among the best in the league. Anytime you watch a Giants game, this man just jumps off the field.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to handle one-on-one, and you see a lot of teams chipping him with running backs, with tight ends, because these 15 quarterback hits, he added 2 more today against the Bears, so 17 total on the season. He's absolutely an impact player. Look, he's their defensive MVP, and leading the NFL in sacks right now. He might be on his way to getting some more awards as well.
Well, and when you consider the fact that these numbers are well relevant for a defensive player of the year consideration, how much does a team's record go into that conversation when these awards are handed out?
Well, I think the team record definitely helps. And you look at his production when he was in Carolina, but they were only winning 2 or 3 games. Now he's in kind of the same situation here. But obviously, that sack production will be a lot higher as you're playing the season through November, through December. If you're playing games and you've got a lead, now all of a sudden you're going after the quarterback because they're throwing the ball a lot more. If you're not on a good team, the other team's probably running the football a little bit more at the end of the game. So that can definitely change some of the production. But what Brian Burns is doing right now, everybody on the league is taking notice.
Absolutely. Incredible statistical season from Brian Burns, such a leader on and off the field. And as he said, you know what? Hopefully the Giants are going to find ways to keep finishing games down the stretch. But Giants fans want to remind you, join the Giants family for the 2026 season with a season ticket membership. Lock in your seats today. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit giants.com/tickets. More to come here on Giants Postgame Live.
Slay, how do you keep confidence in your coach and your coaching staff when this keeps happening, collapses at the end of games?
I mean, coaches, at the end of the day, all they can do is prepare and call plays. The players are the ones that have to do, so a little bit of the responsibility and the onus is kind of on the players, to go out there and execute the plays that are called and make the plays when they come to us.
What about the decision to kick a field goal on the goal line there?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we made it a 2-point game, or not a 2-point game, a 2-possession game, which, a lot of different ways to see that, but, that's the decision we went with in the moment. I think it gave us a chance there at the end to have a 2-minute drive, so, I can't really fault that.
So you've obviously bringing up that you've seen a lot of ups and downs here. I mean, emotional punches. I mean, to lose your 4th game with a double-digit lead on the road. I mean, can you even put it into words or emotions or anything, or is it just one of those things where it's just really hard to?
It's really hard to put into words, but the bottom line is we got to find a way to close the door and keep it shut, when we have the opportunity to.
Most guys get hurt all the time, but that was weird with the Jackson. He starts the drive and the quarter ends. Did you even know what was going on? When did you realize that he was out and it was going to be a change?
I didn't really realize what was going on, to be honest with you, until they said that he was out of the game. But I think he obviously took a hit at some point. I'm honestly not even too sure what he went out with, actually.
Concussion.
Oh, concussion. Okay, yeah. So he probably took a hit or something, and sometimes you go a couple plays and you realize you're not okay, and that's just probably what happened.
Daboll said he was talking to him and he noticed something was off. When you were in the huddle with him, when he called the plays for the 2 before he went out before the end of the 3rd quarter, did you notice anything? Could you tell something was amiss?
I don't remember if I was in for those 2 plays because I was in and out myself in the 3rd. So I don't think that I was in the game for those 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorry.
That's Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and Sean O'Hara recapping the 24-20 loss to the Bears. We heard Slayton say he was in and out. He was dealing with a hamstring injury that had him on the sideline for a big chunk of the game. He did return, but Sean, after struggling with drops, especially last week, came in a perfect 4 for 4, including a highlight play with one hand on the sideline.
Yeah, that was a sick catch right there. We got a great visual right there. Shout out to our photographer catching that one where he kind of scooped it back into his body. I feel like confidence is a huge thing with Darius Slayton. When he makes a big catch early on in the game, all of a sudden he gets on a roll. How about 3 catches for 85 yards in the first half alone for Slayton, including 2 for 79 yards on that drive, which led to that Jackson Dart touchdown run. So Slayton provided a huge spark to this offense, did a great job. It was unfortunate that he got that tight hamstring. Obviously, in a cold weather game like that, it's tough to loosen something like that up. But, no doubt he provides a spark for this offense. And his confidence, when it's there, man, he's a really good receiver. He's got to make sure that he makes every single catch and focuses on that football.
And that he did today. 4 targets, 4 receptions, 89 yards on the day for Darius Slayton. Another player who came up consistent, tight end Theo Johnson. He's speaking in the locker room now. Let's send it down.
Theo, first of all, it's another heartbreaking loss, but again, you had something going on offense, especially yourself in the first half. In fact, I had you 7 targets, 6 catches, and 71 yards in the first half. All 3 of those numbers either tied or set a career game high for you. What was it about things that were going so well?
Yeah, I think Jackson and the coaches did a good job of giving me my opportunities, and I made the most of everything that came my way.
Why did it not then carry over into the second half? And I know Jackson did have to come out of the game at one point, but you guys were never able to significantly build on the lead.
Yeah, I think it's really just sticking with, what's been working for us. I think we got away from some things, and at the end of the day, it's just executing the plays that are called for us.
Now, it was a little surprising to a lot of people who saw the weather being so nasty, and it was kind of in and out the entire day, but yet you guys threw the ball pretty well today. How surprising is that, and was that always part of the plan, that whether or not we're going to throw it?
Yeah, we knew all week that there's a good chance of there being some weather that wasn't going to be so nice, but we practice outside every single day. We were all kind of prepared for it, so when it came, we didn't flinch.
Appreciate your time, Theo.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Giants tight end Theo Johnson with our Paul Dottino, and talking about, hey, the weather permitting, or the weather was irrelevant in the fact that they were using the passing game. Usually you think when the snow's coming down, you're going to be running the ball, but they got the passing game going, saw some incredible catches, including from Theo Johnson as well on the sideline.
Yeah, he did a great job catching the ball. Flurries are coming down. It's looked a little windy. He corralled his first catch of the game in with both hands, did a great job securing it. And then he had a phenomenal catch up the sideline. Great job dragging his his toes in on the sideline to secure that catch. Paul mentioned it, 6 catches for 71 yards in the first half alone. I think they threw the ball to Theo 3 plays in a row consecutively. Almost got him one in the end zone, and it bounced off the defender's helmet. But when he starts to get hot, and all of a sudden Jackson Dart really starts to trust him, he starts feeding him. So he's absolutely a weapon for Jackson Dart, and especially down the middle of the field. He ran down the seam on a really nice catch after that toe drag swag on the sideline catch. So Theo's doing a great job. And he also had a really nice block on Devin Singletary's 42-yard catch. So good job with the extra effort there, Theo.
Get you a tight end who can do it all, right? Great game from Theo Johnson. The Giants do fall, though, to the Bears 24-20. We're continuing to recap this one here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. More to come. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. The Giants fell to the Bears 24-20 on the road in Chicago. Jackson Dart, the starting quarterback, left the game in the fourth quarter with a concussion, continuing to be evaluated. But quarterback Russell Wilson stepped in, finished the game. Let's send it out to Chicago to hear what Wilson has to say.
What was that like at the end of the game, and what do you think kind of went wrong for you guys there?
Well, I think that, first of all, it was disappointing obviously seeing Jackson go down, but to be able to step in there and be ready to go, I thought the guys did well. Being ready to go, especially that first drive, I thought Theo made a good catch. I thought Motor's catch, when he ran the flat and I got outside the pocket, and I thought he was going to score there, going down the sideline. And, us getting all the way down to the one, I thought that was a good drive. And we got to find a way to get a touchdown there, I feel like. And then, they made plays. They made a couple plays, and, that was just unfortunate for us, But, I felt mentally ready, and all of us being ready to respond, and fortunately we didn't get to win the game.
When did you realize that you might have to come in the game?
After that drive, Jackson went down. I was trying to be prepared to go,
You're talking about when he fumbled.
Yeah, he made a great effort trying to make a play. He did a good job just trying to be tough and all that. And, I just was prepared. The thing is, you always have to be ready to go, and so, I felt like I was really ready to go, and I thought Kafka, that first drive really gave me, a couple of really good plays early on and get going.
Would you have liked a chance, especially after that penalty, to try for a touchdown from the half-yard line?
Yeah, we always want to score a touchdown there. I thought we did a really good job driving all the way down the field. That was a huge drive for us. And I thought we did a good job getting down there, making plays. I thought the line did a good job being physical, that drive in particular. And we needed a touchdown there. Obviously, we knocked the field goal down, which was a good thing for us at least. But you always want to score touchdowns in this game. That's always the key. That's all what you always want in the red zone. But we knocked the field goal down.
You've seen plenty of good teams, been on good teams. What is it about this team? Do you think what does this team need to learn to finish these games? You got a lot of good things going, and then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think there's been some really tough games this year where we've taken the lead or whatever it may be, or have a lead, and I think part of it's just fundamental execution. All of us, making one more play than them. You go back to the Dallas game, we had two big plays, 2 minutes and then 25 seconds to go. Guys made great plays, but unfortunately we weren't able to finish it. The Saints game was a tough one for us. We had that lead. And just across the board, I felt like, we just got to play cleaner football down the road. I thought we played a really good game throughout the game. I thought, it was good to be back in there with the fellas and battling and all that, and we had all the confidence in the world. We just got to collectively, offense, defense, special teams, finish the game.
As Giants quarterback Russell Wilson came in the fourth quarter for Jackson Dart, who left with a concussion, 3 of 7 for 45 yards passing, as the Giants fall to the Bears 24-20. We've got more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. We're back with more after this quick break. Time now for our HCL Tech Player of the Game, brought to you by HCL Tech, supercharging progress, the official digital transformation partner of the New York Giants. Player of the Game, Giants quarterback Jackson Dart passed for 242 yards, rushed for 66 and 2 rushing touchdowns. It's his first career game with 2 or more rushing touchdowns. He now leads all rookie quarterbacks in franchise history with rushing touchdowns. Left the game in the fourth quarter with a concussion. We'll continue to evaluate that one to see if he's ready to go, Sean.
Yeah, I hope he's feeling better soon. 17 total touchdowns on the season. He's been instant offense for the Giants.
Instant offense, and we'll see if he's available to go or if it'll be Russell Wilson at quarterback when the Giants return to MetLife Stadium next week to host the Green Bay Packers. And Sean, conversation around this one, around the quarterback too. You got a talented quarterback. And Jordan Love coming in here.
Yeah, Jordan Love, we saw him here on Monday Night Football not too long ago. Tommy DeVito took him down. But here you can see right here, 70% completion percentage. Very accurate, does a great job distributing the football, takes care of the football. Just 3 interceptions on the entire season to go along with 13 touchdowns. So he's doing a really good job. Obviously, the Packers play the Eagles on Monday Night Football, so we'll all be keeping a keen eye on that. Defensively, guess who they have on the edge? Micah Parsons. Yes, we know him all too well.
Absolutely. Familiar with Micah Parsons. It's going to be a challenge for this Giants offense, but the Giants defense taking care of a player like this coming in on a short week, but a talented team in this Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and they're going to have to find a way to finish. They got to Campbell. They got to the quarterback against the Bears. Could not bring him down, Caleb Williams. They're going to have to find a way to get pressure on Jordan Love and finish the sack, finish the game.
Finish the game, finish the sack. The Giants hosting the Packers back at MetLife Stadium as they hope to get a win at home. But listen, before we let you guys go today, we'd be remiss not to mention the Giants and the NFL community lost one today. Former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue died this morning, reportedly due to complications with Parkinson's. He was 84 years old. Sean, I know he was a commissioner while you were around as well. You had a relationship. What are your memories?
Yeah, I remember Commissioner Tagliabue, obviously one of the most well-respected commissioners in the history of the league. 17-year run as commissioner. He handed the baton to Roger Goodell, but certainly our heartfelt condolences to his family and to his friends. Tagliabue left a huge imprint on the NFL, and he will be forever remembered.
A huge imprint on the NFL, on the game of football, and he will be remembered. He will be missed. But that is a wrap for our show today. Giants Postgame Live brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. For the Super Bowl champ, Sean O'Hara, I'm Madeline Burke. Thanks for hanging out with us each and every week after Giants games. Giants fell to the Bears 24-20 was the final score today. But you know what? Turning the page. Got another one next week back at MetLife Stadium against those Green Bay Packers. We'll be back here every week with more Giants Postgame Live.